Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. Hi, Julie. Nice to see you again. Did everybody have a great Thanksgiving? I can't believe it's done. Like tomorrow is December 1st. Where did the year fly? But it's all exciting, right? Because then we get into the holiday season. There's lots to look forward to and also lots to be grateful for. So I'm going to give you everyone a few more minutes. I do see some familiar faces, but just remind me which market center you're from again. And then the more videos on, the better, because then I could get to meet you, Lee, and I get to meet you, Tony. Sorry, I had to call you out, which is how I roll. Um, Today's class is going to be fun class. Colorado Springs, Julie. Oh, Avenue, KW Avenue's Arvada. Arvada's a cool place. You could do a lot with immersive farming in Old Town Arvada. That'd be cool. But today's class is going to be fun because we're going to talk about having a budget-friendly marketing, um, marketing that's budget-friendly. Let me just rephrase that. And it's gonna, I think, really help bring light and perspective to what you really can do to get the word out for any of your marketing, whether that be events, whether that be social media. So we're going to talk all about all of that today, and also make sure that you protect your wallets, because I'm all about protecting wallets and really diving into grassroots sort of things. So, is there any kind of content today that you're in hope to discuss, or perhaps ask me any questions about today's class? And you can unmute yourself or place anything in the chat, whatever you feel comfortable with. There's more people coming in. All right, good. Well, that is a really great place to be, having no expectations, because then you're going to probably find more value than you thought. So I'm going to dive right in. I know that some people are still coming in, so welcome. And for those of you who are still coming in, please place in the chat, what market center are you from? I like to get to know people from various places in Colorado. All right, cool. Well, I love seeing familiar faces. It's fun because then I feel like I'm really getting to know you. So today we're going to talk about getting the word out about your business without breaking the bank. Because really, I think that is the name of the game. And we tend to kind of fall into prey to the sparkly things that may cost more, or perhaps somebody's testimony that you do have to spend more to get results. And I say it's all fake news. So today we're going to be diving into all sorts of cool budget-friendly marketing tips and tricks, whether that be from social media hacks to video tips to direct mail. I'm going to get into all of it. So first of all, you might want to be taking a lot of notes today, because I will not be sharing any slides. This is truly going to be from my kind of note section, and it's going to be very informative today. All right, so just to throw that out there. The other thing that I want to mention too is that all of these classes are being recorded and being uploaded to the regional KW YouTube channel, which I think I might be owing last week's or the week before, but I will triple check. So always refer back to that channel, because these classes are being recorded. So if you did feel like you missed something, you can always hit rewind at a later time. All right. So for those of you who are just joining us, welcome. We are talking about really getting the word out about your business without breaking the bank. All right. So first today, there are going to be about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that I will be covering. I'm going to name those 6 things now. The first one will be leveraging social media. The second one will be discussion of informative videos. The third one will be about direct mail. Fourth, email marketing. Fifth, optimize your website. And sixth, educational content. So right from the beginning, social media. This is always a hot topic, just because everybody wants to know the cadence or what to do, or perhaps they feel like they lack content. Really focusing on platforms to your target audience, like on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, is huge. The biggest thing that I want to really shout out today in this conversation is consistency over time will get the results that you want or desire. If there's no plan, you will get no results. And I think it's a misunderstood thing, just because, we get into our busy lives as agents and then we forget that marketing is really essential. If you were to time block out your calendar for all the things that I'm about to give you today and create a plan around it, you will see the results. And based on my knowledge and expertise, it takes about 2 years to brand yourself. But within those 2 years, you have to be consistent. You can't post and ghost. So the biggest thing about social media is do not post and ghost. Have a plan in place and get into action. So the biggest part of that is content creation. Share high quality images of properties, client testimonials, and informative content about the local real estate market. You could also share personal posts as well. I find that the more like authenticity that you place on social media, people are going to really start to get to know you. So think about your social media right now and all the channels that you're utilizing, whether that be Facebook or Instagram, and really ask yourself, do my posts really support the target audience that I am speaking to? And let's just kind of break it down a little bit about target audience. Target audience really means, who are you wanting to do business with? Who are the main people that you do business with or aspire to do business with? So if you're an agent that really loves working with first-time home buyers, I speak to a lot of you that are just in love with first-time home buyers, then be the first-time home buyer expert. Provide that information to get into their heads. If you are the expert at, luxury, if you are a luxury agent and you know everything about luxury, but are you really sharing the knowledge and all the things that you have in your head on social? And if you're not, then you're not speaking to your audience. So first, really ask your question, who do I want to be doing business with? Then the next question is, if I know who that person is, then I need to be reflecting that on social media. Rather a statement. Could kind of be both. Okay. And engagement. So regularly engage with your audience by responding to comments. So if you do post, do not respond back. That's the worst. And I see it all the time. I can recall a lot of agents in my head right now where I'm like, are you going to respond? Are you going to respond? Don't not respond, because what happens is, and they're like, oh, somebody must be doing their social media for them. They're not the ones that are really posting. You want to be responsive so that you get that engagement, so that you get more engagement on your posts too. People will see that you're having a conversation. Some will also feel obliged to be a part of that conversation and then also start commenting. So engagement is huge. Make sure that you're responding to messages as well. That is also something that is missed quite often. Get in tune with Facebook's responsive auto response inside settings. There is an option to do that, and I definitely want you to mark that down, because if it's not on your phone, it doesn't exist either. If you're not getting those notifications on your phone, then you're missing out on Messenger. So check mark if you have Messenger app on your phone. That's huge. Also check mark to see if you have those auto responders on, so that you can look like you're fully engaged with your audience. Okay. So leverage social media. I think it's an understatement. Figure out a way in your calendar, if you don't want to pay for an assistant, or if you don't want to pay for a third-party person to get into action yourself, place small tidbits within your calendar to speak to your target audience so that you remember, rather than just waking up and feeling like, oh, I know I need to post something, and then you just throw something up on social. That's fine, but it's still not going to be speaking to the audience that you're wanting to speak to. Make sense? Does anybody have any questions about this before I move on to number 2? Or anything that comes up for you that you want to share to the group? Okay, cool. Number 2, create informative videos. This goes into getting in front of the camera and having full acceptance of who you are and be your authentic self. Create a property walkthrough, a market update, maybe a Q&A session. Get people to be involved in your video if you're doing a Facebook Live. Maybe you preemptively tell people that you're going to do a Facebook Live and then start preemptively asking them, when I go through this house, what kind of questions would you have for me? Let me know in the comments so that when I do go live, I can address them. Encourage people to be invited to those Q&A sessions. Who do you know that would benefit from this Q&A session? Please invite them too. This is going to be all about buying your first home, right? Distribution of those videos. Share videos on YouTube, social media, and your website. See, I think if you only post one video on one channel, then you're missing another huge audience. Ensure that you're utilizing your videos on all aspects of your marketing, especially online. So YouTube, social media, and any kind of website that you're utilizing. Search engine optimization, or otherwise known as SEO. This is something that a lot of people kind of tend to steer away from because they don't know what they don't know and they feel like it's a big word altogether. And then also the acronym is, what is it? What does that mean? So search engine optimization really means how can we utilize online, the internet, to get your videos to be optimized. So search engine optimization can look something like this. I'm going to break it down quite simply. You want something very specific and also something very broad in your SEO. So I'm going to give you a simple example. 123 Main Street is the address. All right. We want to promote 123 Main Street on YouTube because 123 Main Street has a beautiful walkthrough video. I also want to promote that walkthrough video on all my social channels and my website. But in order for that to be optimized, I want to be placing key words inside that description. Also, keywords inside my title. So the keywords play a huge part of search engine optimization, which means that as somebody searches online, those keywords will be automatically pulled up and your video will be optimized in that search. So that will be a part of that search list that they're searching. Google Keywords is something that you should look into. It's a great resource for you to tap into what people are searching often. Okay, so Google Keywords. So getting back to the 123 Main Street YouTube video, what I would suggest is we would want to place 123 Main Street in the description. Real estate, because it's broad in the description. And a localized area where 123 Main Street is in that area. So perhaps the neighborhood, the name of the neighborhood. So see how that's specific? So the neighborhood is specific. The 123 Main Street is specific. Real estate, that word is broad. Also, realtor is broad, and your name would be specific. Julie Morton. Make sense? So you want specific and broad keywords in your search in your distribution to share those videos, and also tagging. So make sure that you're tagging so that that will be optimized. Yes, somebody is raising their digital hand. Hello, and your name?
Derek.
Derek. I was like, D stands for something. Hi, Derek. How are you?
Good. Quick question on that is with like Instagram and LinkedIn for those keywords, is that where the hashtags work for that as well? Will that also do the same thing?
You know, hashtags are a little bit different. Keywords are how people search online.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
yep. So keywords are how people search, like even Google. Like, don't you find yourself just speaking? Like, I know when I search, I use my mic on my iPhone. And I'm like, look up the address for so-and-so, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever. Keywords is essentially that. It's collecting all those search topics or questions, and it's providing the most popular question, most popular word within that search. Cool. Good question. I love it. Yeah, hashtags work differently on social. All right. So playlists. This is something that we discuss within the YouTube channel. Do you all know what I mean when I say a playlist on YouTube? Cool. Well, this is where I'm going to share my screen. So give me 1 second. I'm going to grab a channel. I'm also going to do a shameless plug here so that you can go visit this channel and check out what I'm up to in my world. So give me 1 second. All right. And I also have to shout out my partner, Nick Baldwin, because he's awesome. All right. So do you see, this is YouTube. This is Nick Baldwin's YouTube channel, YouTube page. I also have my own, but I think this is more up to date. As you can see, there are homes, videos, shorts, live, podcasts, and playlists. If I were to click on playlists, there are going to be a ton of created playlists within this channel, which means that for you as an agent, you can literally start organizing your YouTubes into playlists. So let's pretend like I want a playlist of artificial intelligence. So check this out. So Realify Artificial Intelligence Week, beautiful playlist. And now all of these videos have everything to do with artificial intelligence. Make sense? So it's essentially putting topics into playlists. So for you as an agent, open houses in downtown Littleton. Then I would have a downtown Littleton playlist and put all my open houses in there. Or I could place an open house playlist and put all my open houses in there. Make sense? You guys follow that? So playlists are huge on YouTube just because it provides the user a friendlier way to start searching you, a friendlier way to search topics. Cool. All right, let me go back to my content. Optimize video elements. So create a compelling and concise title incorporating the main word. So as we're creating informative videos, whether that be on YouTube or Vimeo, ensure that you're, especially YouTube, create a compelling and concise title incorporating the main keyword. So the keyword in this instance would be 123 Main Street in downtown Littleton. Downtown Littleton could be a keyword because there's a lot of people that search homes in downtown Littleton, or 123 Main Street home for sale in downtown Littleton. See how home is broad. High quality images. Do the investment, make sure that you're using high quality images. This has a lot to do with search engine optimization and ensuring that your videos are being optimized. See, just like we as a consumer love to see high definition images, so does YouTube. Google also speaks to YouTube. They love each other. Those two, if you can ensure that those images are high def, you're definitely going to get that optimization. I'm also going to place in the chat a specific 10 steps to basic video marketing for you inside this chat so that you get more value out of today. Okay. All right. Number 3, direct mail. So far we've discussed social media, leveraging social media for a budget-friendly, not breaking the bank. Informative videos. You could do a DIY video on your smartphone. I mean, the cameras these days on smartphones are insanely good. Like, for example, I am using my smartphone as we speak to do this class. It's literally on top of my monitor. And now we're going to talk about direct mail. So direct mail is the third thing. And the biggest thing for you all is to know that you have direct mail living inside Command right now. And we have a partner, Real Mailers, who has provided their service so that you can create the mailer. It's very budget friendly. You could send 100 mailers for only like, I think like $75-ish. Like it's very budget friendly. So targeting mailing. You could do that with sending a postcard to a specific neighborhood, dropping a pin inside that direct mailer, so that you can market the radius around a just sold listing that you have done or completed, or a just active listing, or a coming soon listing. So that radius lives inside direct mailer, inside command. How many of you here knew that? A raise of hands. Oh, that will be my next class in December. Okay, so I will put that on my to-do list. Direct mailing for command. Let me write that down real quick before I forget. All right. So getting back to direct mailing, this is something that is coming back, you guys. I mean, we're so digital right now that I don't know if you're like me, but when I go to my mailbox, I'm like, is there kind of like, is there like a letter, or is there like a, handwritten letter for me? It's so nice. And when you find it, you're like, oh my gosh, who's thinking about me? So that can also be something to think about, is utilizing a third-party company that can do a handwritten note card on your behalf. Make it personalized, make it special. And of course, I have to shout out, please ensure that you have some sort of tracking on it, a QR code or a unique URL to capture leads for free. Okay. QR codes can be made through Chrome for free. QR codes can also be created through another third party that tracks those clicks and captures information. All right. Any questions about direct mailing? It looks like a lot of people here could use a class on how to do that in command. Cool. All right, I'll put that on the list. I'll see some repeat people. Great. Number 4, email marketing. So this is very budget friendly, as you know. This is something that you could do today. You can send a newsletter. You could send regular updates on listings and marketing trends. Hey, use that biweekly neighborhood nurture. If you're not doing it, it is like the lowest hanging fruit inside command right now. And if you haven't noticed, there are about 145,000 agents who are utilizing that on their database right now as we speak. If you're not that one out of 144,000 people, this is your to-do. Go place a biweekly or monthly neighborhood nurture on your entire database, because that information does send regular updates about new listings, market trends, and real estate comps automatically on your behalf. Cool. And once that user starts clicking on that link or homes that they're searching, all of that lives in their timeline. Ta-da! That makes it an easier way to communicate to your database and such a warmer conversation. All right. So use some sort of email marketing. And this is, again, something that you could do that doesn't cost more, because you already have that cost built in and you have command at your fingertips. Utilize it, be consistent, put a 33 touch at minimum on 201 METs. I just have to shout that out. Even though it's not part of today's class, I am passionate about you winning 201 MET people in your database at minimum a 33 touch. Doing the math, that's 88,000 GCI. One repeat client, one referral. Okay, if you're not doing that now, you're sitting on a ton of money. If you have a huge database and more than 201 METs, do the math on 88,000 GCI. Okay, cool. 5th thing, optimize your website. Like we discussed earlier, it's crucial for you to do consistent posting on Facebook, consistent mailing, consistent emailing, and of course, consistently promoting your website, because there's no middleman to capture leads. Your website is directly connected to you if you're utilizing the agent site and command, and all leads will be placed into command automatically. Also, make sure that you're regularly updating any types of blogs on your website. If they're old, people will notice. Ensure that you go on and update them. Now, KW automatically has created blogs for you already that are on there today at this very moment. So go check them out. And you could create your own custom blog. Make sure, if you don't understand how to create your custom blog, go check out my consumer agent site class, which was from a few weeks ago on the Colorado YouTube channel. I discuss all of that and I'll walk you through all of that, okay? Sixth thing, create educational content. I think a lot of things that we tend to forget is that people are so hungry to learn, especially if they don't know something. Be that person, be that resource. Host free webinars on topics like home buying process, mortgage advice, how to invest, how to invest in an Airbnb, whatever that is, whatever kind of content or education you have in your head, you need to share it out to the world, because that's a huge missing aspect of why people aren't hiring you. Or they don't know that you even have that knowledge base. So it's really crucial to share what kind of knowledge you have out to the world so that people understand your credibility. So host educational content, perhaps even discuss what kind of books you're reading. Distribute any kind of real estate topics through those ebooks and or blog posts. Regularly publish an informative blog on your site, share it out on social, share it out through email so that people understand what kind of person you are and what you provide as far as value. See, I think we get caught in what the value proposition really means. Value proposition could mean a ton of different things, but if you're not speaking to me like a first-time home buyer, then I don't understand your value. Right? Okay. So I went over 6 things today on a budget-friendly real estate marketing. Learning how to market smartly and affordably is a game changer. And I just gave you 6 things to do that. So number 1, I'll recap: social media, leverage it, be consistent. Number 2, create informative videos so that people truly know your value and or what's happening in the neighborhood. Number 3, direct mail. Utilize it in command. I know I have it on my to-do list to teach that next. Number 4, email marketing. Do it consistently over time, especially place something of value that's automatic, like the monthly neighborhood nurture or biweekly neighborhood nurture. Optimize your website is number 5. And also number 6, create educational content. Make sure people know what is living in your brain. You have untapped knowledge and potential to share out to the world. And if you haven't done that, you need to do it as soon as possible. Get into action. All right, you guys, that was 30 minutes of knowledge from me. What kind of ahas or kind of questions do you have from today's class? And don't be shy. Go ahead and unmute yourself.